Good morning. This is the first vlog of the Birds YouTube channel. Probably wondering what the hell is this fella up to? And I don't even know. We've got our first day of testing. It'll be the first time you guys see the car. First time I'll be driving the car in the last 3 months. It's undergone a whole lot of changes. A whole lot of my mates working on it. And to be frank, I couldn't really do it without them. They absolutely killed it. The car got completely stripped in a couple months ago. We tore it back to a bare shell, rebuilt the motor, rebuilt the gearbox because we were having issues with it. We did a lot to it. Repainted it. Sorry, it's 4 o'clock in the morning here and we're just getting ready to load up. Got a bit of a feed for everyone coming to help us out. We've hired out Hampton Track. A friend and I, Vinny, he chipped in some of the money and it'll be us. The aim of today is to just get comfortable in the car again. It's been 3 months since I've driven it. It's a completely new car. We've upgraded the steering. We've moved the seating position. We moved the shifter, new handbrake, new diff, new axles, new front shocks. Same spring rates. We've added a front sway bar. Because we've added a winters, we have to make some spaces and whatnot to get the rear sway bar to work. So we might muck around with that a little bit today. With D1 coming up in a month. We're ready to get our ass to the seat. Right now I'm going to load up some food and drinks for all the people who help us on the track day today. And yeah, I'll take you for a ride along. Yeah, so we're all loaded up. Car is at Darren's. He's just gone right through the suspension. Set up all the droop and the rake and whatnot as we've gone through to the V3 kit. So we've just pretty much got tyres, chili bin. Can't forget that. Got my worker, Josh. He's going to take the truck over. We'll carry on and catch up with you guys when I'm actually looking at the car.
Hey guys. Hey guys, this is Mr. Burns here.
Levi might crop it and actually put it on.
Nah, she won't. Don't you dare, Levi. My dad woke me up at 5 a.m. 1 kilometer away.
So we've just come in from our second test session. First one had no fuel in the bloody thing. Car feels phenomenal. The V3 is amazing to drive with. It's just like butter, lock to lock. Got Vinny there. Say hi, Vinny. Yeah, the car's working perfect. A couple of little oil leaks that we've had to fix this morning, and little brake fitting leak. The turbo feels mean, comes on boost nice and early, super responsive, everything's real easy to work on. Cut to some walking around video copy. So we managed to get a bit of testing in down at Hampton. We got through 8 tyres, quite a few laps. Car worked real good. We've noticed a couple little things. Chassis mounted the motor, feels really good in the car, definitely doesn't vibrate as much, but we are getting issues with things rattling loose. We've noticed a few scavenge line rattling loose. We've noticed the gear position sensor in the back of the gearbox, that's fallen out and ejected itself, so we're gonna have to get one of those before we test again. V3 feels phenomenal. It's got so much steering feel, it's not funny. Want to play around with getting the rear sway bar in the car and test again. The front sway bar, honestly, the little bit of grip that it took away actually made the car easier to drive, not as hard to, it doesn't feel like it wants to rotate on itself at big angle now. The front will actually slip a little bit more at big angle and not make the car sort of grab and roll around and actually over rotate you. And there was a couple of times where I just put too much throttle input in and rotated the car too much to angle, but you could kind of just put the clutch in and let it catch itself like you would do like I do on the sim, and that would sort of catch the car. You could sort of pick the throttle back up and then drive back through and push through the front grip a little bit. Just made a couple little shock changes. That was just experimenting around with them. I know about this much of what there is to know about having a 3-way coilover. Probably a little bit over advanced, but it's kind of just what everyone said to put in the car to make it drive better. It obviously have more grip. I do notice that it has a lot more grip than before. The trailer that we're using towed beautifully. Probably gonna muck around a little bit, just getting it a bit more set up before round 1 and 2. For some reason got a weird clutch issue where as you're disengaging the clutch, it's making like a grinding noise. I've had a similar issue before when I had the Laurel that I built. My first season I ever did any pro sport competition, and that was due to the spigot falling out. It's sort of like as you're releasing the clutch just before it starts to fully engage, it goes. It's got a bit of a horrible noise. In my Laurel, when I had the GSR in there, that was actually because the plates were moving around the center because the spigot's not lined in the back of the crank, so the plates can obviously, when they're disengaged, they're actually floating inside there. So if the input shaft's not lined up in the back of the crank, the plates can move up and down. They're actually hitting the basket. They were hitting the basket in the Tilton 7 1/4, the clutch that I had. Obviously we fixed that with that car, and that car was bloody phenomenal. That was a good car. It's still a good car. Sam's got that car now, and it's pretty bloody sick, to be honest. He drives that really well, better than I ever did. So kudos to him. I've got to pull the box out now, set that up, make sure, have a look. I've got a feeling I know what it is. I'm hoping it's not what I think it is, because I know what I think it is the spigot snapped off the end of the input shaft. I know 4 or 5 people that have had the issues with the same gearbox that I run, and yeah, hopefully it's not that. because if it is, then it's going to be a little bit of a lead time till we can get replacement parts. The box has only just been rebuilt, so I don't really want to have to take it back to the shop. It is a part that I can install myself. It's easy enough to do, but again, I don't want to have to do it. So a couple of things we found out, just going over the car, is everything comes loose. It's absolutely ridiculous. Just because we've solid mounted the motor, sort of as you can see up here, chassis mounted the motor with a rubber bush. Gearbox is rubber mounted. In my personal opinion, you should never put a solid mount on your gearbox. I've actually seen failures occur because of this. If your motor can pivot like this and your gearbox is solid, you're going to apply a small amount of torque through the casing of your gearbox. You should always have some sort of vibration dampener. It's not a drag car. Like, drag cars are mid-mounted. If you actually have a look at a mid plate on a drag car, the motor can't pivot off the gearbox. The mid plate goes through like a sandwich plate through here, mounts to the motor plate, mounts to the chassis rail, and the box actually mounts to that, so that you can't have those things happen. I've seen a couple of cars recently that are like that, and it's not the right way to do things, not in my opinion anyway. Yeah, having a Winters was bloody good. All set up in here. Trent's done all of this. We've got our water pump up underneath here, all tucked away, nice little bash plate just to protect it all. Wasn't the easiest thing to bleed. It's a bit hard to see, but we have a big loop that comes up under here, and so it's quite hard for the water to get through here. What we actually did was pressurize the system with a pressure tester with water in it, and ran the water pump, and we actually heard it create a suction. So cooling in this is phenomenal. Like, you can't beat the cooling in this car. It's absolutely ridiculous. You can do a whole set of tyres and it's 90 degrees. It doesn't get over that. 91 is the highest I've seen it, and that was 4 laps back to back of Hampton Circuit, feeding it the whole time. 90 degrees, perfect. Obviously we've got the V3 Wisefab now, front rack, BMW. We're running a blue tag rack, which seems to be fucking perfect. Yeah, no issues there. Just checking around for oil leaks and stuff like that. It's got a little bit of a leak at that brake caliper, which we should probably fix. Looks like maybe that one's got a little leak as well. So just to go through and get all the niggly bits. Not overly happy with the ride height of the car. We could probably get it a bit lower, but in all honesty, we've probably got about 10 mils before it's bottomed out, and we can't do much about that. So yeah, bit of an update on the car. We'll fucking touch back in once we've actually got the gearbox out and see what we've found and go from there. Okay, so where the fuck's the flash? So what I've found is the input shaft's not broken. I've checked a few little bits and pieces in regards to it. Things like the throwout, our air gap. Still have we've retained 1 mil of air gap. We were expecting to see some wear as the clutch was brand new. It had 4 mil. It's worn 3 mil after some testing and a dyno session. So that's completely understandable. You do get that with these twin plate clutches. They do wear a lot. There's a thing you need to keep proper maintenance on it and keep an eye on. The weird noise, I haven't got a smoking gun, except there's a lot of brass material, as we had a brass spigot machined up. Just waiting for a call back from the machinist to confirm whether if we've used the right material for a brass spigot bush. potentially the input shaft was a bit nunged and it's kind of eaten it because it is quite a soft material. A few things that we've had to actually look at. There's a measurement where you measure from the bow housing to the face of the input shaft, and then obviously from the clutch, you use the clutch as a straight gauge, but where the clutch is, and then you'll measure the face of your spigot to make sure that you aren't preloading the back of the crank, like actually pushing the crank into the thrust washers. We've actually got a 5mm gap on this car at the moment with that, so that's perfect. As long as it's not touching it, you're good to go. So we know that that's not an issue. The next thing from here is get the clutch off, have a look at the wear, know that I need to reshim the release bearing, or reshim that, set it back to 3mm, which is actually in this case 2 turns. One full turn is 1.5mm, so yeah, 2 turns, the way we've got this set up, and that'll give us back to a 4mm, and the clutch should feel beautiful like it did when we first started driving it. Yeah, so it's a bit of a mess under here, but clutch is all up there. So yeah, we got the Drew's clutch in there. It was actually really good. It's so nice to drive. It's really good pedal feel when you're getting off the line. I struggled with the tilt-in last year with the rotating mass not being high enough. Especially in between gear shifts when you're going 3rd to 4th, 3rd to 4th, 4th to 5th, boom, grabbing the gear. So yeah, fucking a bit of a pain in the ass. Got to work all this niggly shit out, but that's why we test. It's not all sunshine and rainbows, unfortunately, but there's a lot of work that goes into it. Yeah, super stoked to be hopefully doing a bit of a reveal on the outside. I haven't really shown you guys much of the outside or anything. I haven't really shown you anything. It's my first video, so kind of just deal with it. If you don't like it, fuck off. If there's anything more about the car that you guys want to see, let me know. I'll try and touch on any specific aspects if anything is helpful. As the car's not super like normal, like it's a VVL car with no VVL. If there's anything in depth that you kind of want me to have a look at and cover on a video, but we're probably going to leave the video here for now, and we'll pick back up when we've got a bit more information and I can share how we actually fix this problem. And yeah, I'm saying and a lot, deal with it. It'll get better, I promise. Yeah, fuck it. That's what the problem was. There's none of that big piece left. There isn't, like, next to none of that fucking input shaft. That spigot left. Oh, cuzzy, look, it's been fucking smashed up in here. And, oh, uncool. It's got no spigot at all.